Everyone, Chivo's here, bringing you another Hyundai A-League fixture review for the fixtures of week 15. Now, what a week it was. I can't believe it. Some things have happened and some positives for me anyway. So, let's talk the business. Now, the first game of the weekend saw my team, Melbourne Victory, take on Brisbane Roar. And we came out comfortable winners. We managed to beat them 4-0. Now, Brisbane were top of the table going into this weekend's fixtures. We smashed them. Now they're going to struggle. Calfella, Barbarouses, and Brisha were the goal scorers on a day which saw my team, Melbourne Victory, look like the side they were when we won the finals last season. Now, I've already reviewed this game, so there's no point talking about it here. I will leave a link down in the description below so you guys can check out my full match review. Now, the second game of the weekend saw Adelaide United beat Central Coast Mariners 3-1. Big news for Central Coast. I'll say it here. I will say it again next week. But Luis Garcia, the ex-Liverpool legend, has joined Central Coast Mariners on a guest stint for the rest of the season. Huge news for Central Coast, but what can I say? Adelaide United dominated the first half, and they managed to miss a penalty in the 31st minute. But Karuska was the one who took the penalty. He fired it straight over the bar. A late penalty was also given to Central Coast, which was also seen shot over the bar. So it was a 0-all draw going into the halftime break. But then the second half is where things got really lively. Now, Goodwin opened the scoring for Adelaide when he scored an effort from outside the box. Ferreira managed to level the scores for Central Coast when he beat his opponent and the keeper before shooting into the bottom left of the net. Sanchez gave Adelaide the lead again in the 80th minute when he headed home a Jego corner, and mate Duganzic put the nail in the coffin in the 90th minute after adding the third and final goal for Adelaide United. Now, Central Coast were unable to recapture their form from last weekend, and Adelaide United are now unbeaten in 7 games. So Adelaide turning their fortunes around. Third game of the weekend saw Sydney FC beat Western Sydney Wanderers 2-1 in the Sydney Derby. A huge result for Sydney, and really a huge result for everyone in the top 5, top 6, apart from obviously Western Sydney. Now, Fatty opened up the scoring for Sydney FC in the 22nd minute. Norma swung in a corner, which Ryle headed across goal from the back post, which saw Fatty leap over Topor Stanley and head home for the first goal of the game. Now, Vidicic equaled the scoring just before the hour mark, and that wasn't it though. Western Sydney Wanderers exposed the width of Sydney FC when Castellan found Vidicic on the left-hand side. Vidicic took one touch before curling home an effort into the far corner. A very good goal it was, but that wasn't it. Hashtag scenes. Shane Smelts scored the winner in the 90th minute when he scored from 12 yards out after a dead ball situation. Now, Western Sydney Wanderers will be disappointed not to capitalise on Brisbane Roar's loss the night before. And I know Sydney FC will be happy because they are closing the gap at the top of the table, which is not only good for them, it's good for Melbourne Victory and for Melbourne City. But talking about Melbourne City, the fourth game of the weekend saw a 10-man Perth Glory grab a 2-all draw against Melbourne City. Eric Pardlew opened the scoring for City just after the half-hour mark when Pardlew managed to get a touch on a high cross from Aaron Moy, which saw the ball just go past Ante Kovic and go into the back of the net. But that wasn't it in the first half because Diego Castro levelled the scores in the 2nd minute of injury time during the first half. Castro struck a free kick from outside the box, which saw his curled effort go into the top left corner. Upper echelon strike. Fantastic from Diego Castro. But Aaron Moy scored the second for City 2 minutes after the break. Perth Glory did not come back strong enough in the second half. And this is a contender for goal of the season. Not a fantastic goal, but the build-up was what made the goal. Aaron Moy played the ball through to Fornaroli at the top of the box before continuing his run and firing past Ante Kovic to make it 2-1. Chris Harold equalised again for Glory on the hour mark, and the way this happened was Sorensen was out of position when Andy Keogh struck a goal. Aaron Hughes managed to block the first shot on the goal line, but Harold picked up the crumbs. He cleaned up the scraps, whatever you want to say, and he levelled the scores to make it 2-2. But then Collard was sent off 3 minutes later, but Melbourne City could not capitalise on the 10 men. They could only pick up a draw, which Perth Glory will be very happy about. Now, both teams obviously managed to pick up a point, and Melbourne City not being able to score a third against 10 men, it will hurt them because they haven't really done what they needed to in terms of a title challenge. And the final game of the weekend saw a 10-man, that's right, another 10-man team. This time it was Newcastle Jets beat Wellington Phoenix 3-1. I got this prediction completely wrong. Newcastle were awarded an early penalty which saw Trivunovic step up and slot home to give Newcastle the lead. Ryan Kiddo scored the second for Newcastle just before the half-hour mark. Olividic played through Carney, who struck a goal. Moss did manage to parry the save away, but it wasn't enough as Kito managed to slot the ball home into the back of an open net to make it 2-0. But then a bit of a problem for Newcastle when Kantarovski was sent off with half an hour to go after receiving 2 yellow cards. But David Carney still found the way. He added a third for Newcastle in the 66th minute. Olividic released Carney again with an excellent through ball. Phoenix's offside trap wasn't good enough as Carney was played onside and managed to slot home past Moss to make it 3. Now Carney had a huge run to make this goal happen. I'd say he's just inside the attacking half, maybe a bit further. Ran all the way to Glenn Moss. Left foot, curled it into the bottom left corner. Absolutely fantastic. Now, that wasn't it though. Matthew Redenton grabbed a consolation goal for Phoenix in the 81st minute, but clearly it wasn't enough to mount a comeback. Wellington Phoenix are struggling with injuries. They couldn't handle the offence of Newcastle, which is quite a surprise because they managed to end their goal drought. I think it was nearly 600 minutes without a goal. That's like 10 hours of football. It worked out to be like 6 games or something like that. It was huge. Huge. They had not scored in so long. They bagged 3 in the space of 26 minutes there. Is it 26 minutes thereabout? No, maybe I'm wrong. No, it was 2 goals in 26 minutes. That's what it was. They scored 2 in their last 8, I think it was. Then managed to score 2 in 26 minutes. So the goal drought has been broken. They also managed to grab their first win since the 30th of October. Now, if you think about that, that's almost 3 months. It's 2.5 months since they picked up their last win. That's 10 weeks. So, that is it. But we do have to now check the league table and see what has been going on. So, as you can see, Brisbane Roar still top the table after their loss, all thanks to results going their way. Western Sydney Wanderers picked up a loss. Melbourne City were only able to draw, while Sydney FC did pick up 3 points against Western Sydney. So Sydney FC have pushed up into 3rd position. Melbourne City have dropped down to 4th. My team, Melbourne Victory, sit in 5th. We're only 4 points off the top of the table now. So the top 5 are very, very close. And Adelaide United, you can't count them out either. 8 points behind the top, 7 games unbeaten. They're still a shoo-in for a title challenge. But you look at the bottom 4, Wellington Phoenix in 7th, 16 points. Newcastle Jets now, after picking up their win, they also have 16 points. It's literally down to goals for and goals against now. But, Newcastle, good to see them pick up a win. Perth Glory did manage to pick up a point, which is also good news for them. It does keep them with a 4-point gap off the bottom of the table, which is where Central Coast Mariners lie. But will Luis Garcia make an impact next week? Will he make an impact for the rest of the season? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. But we will now have a look at the top goal scorer and so on. Bruno Fornaroli tops it with 12. He did not add to his total this weekend, but Bessar Borussia did. 1 goal off Fornaroli now. It's going to be close. Nichols, Moy, and McLaren all didn't score this weekend. So really, it's a two-horse race at the moment. Assist-wise, Aaron Moy grabbed another. He is at 10 now. Thomas Browich is next on 5. Jamison, Navio, and Holosko all down there. It looks like Aaron Moy is going to get the most assists for the season. Saves, Sorensen still smashing it, getting further and further away from the rest of the competition. What else do you expect? Completed passes, we know who it's going to be. Why even talk about it? Sanchez is getting closer and closer though, which is good to see there. And most clearances, Matthew German with 60, Andrew Durante with 56, and Patrick Kuznovo, Lee Broxham, and Manny Muscat all round that out. But my name has been Chivos. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe to see more Hyundai A-League content, and I'll catch you guys on another video.